KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here. Featuring Eric.
Eric? He is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And
Ding dong.
Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning.
Good morning, Houston, Texas. It's Thursday. It's Thursday, June 27th of 2024, and it's 6:02 a.m. with the gang. Roula, Ryan, Special K, and Sam. Eric's out, and it's Thursday, so I'm telling you, you're going to take it from here. I'm sleeping.
You're sleeping when
You're out
Do you
from
have a
here
rough
on
night?
out.
Rough night.
I couldn't
last night?
sleep. I don't know what's wrong with me, and now I'm feeling it. Like I'm having the meltdown already. I mean, maybe I got 35 minutes straight at some point. It's like I had a newborn last night. It was me.
Oh,
I can't describe why.
Now,
I
do you
didn't
make
sleep.
the mistake of glancing down at your phone to see what time it is?
Well, my phone. I didn't know this program on iPhone. Do y'all know this? If I put my phone to the side, I didn't remember picking this, but it'll turn it into the red letters like an alarm clock, like an old school alarm clock, the big 602 or whatever it is. So I was like, oh, where'd that come from? Okay, cool. But you got to tap it if it goes to sleep to see what time it is sometimes. So I would just pop up my head from the pillow to see.
look.
And then I'd go back to sleep. That's how I knew what time it was.
Oh, no.
I don't know why.
Well, I
I wish I had a good excuse like you, Kev, like I was out last night, but I wasn't.
I know, and I was out again
You were
last
stepped
night.
on yesterday.
I was, and so I learned. And I didn't get overserved again.
So it was a Pride fashion show.
Yes.
Again.
And I went downtown to this spot called Warehouse Live Midtown. It used to be Rise Rooftop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it right above the old Reef restaurant that still sits there empty? Is that where it was?
Probably.
in Midtown?
It's like 2600 Travis. And I was blown away at how cool this venue is. It has maybe like a 3-story atrium in there, and there's all kinds of steel. It's all steel, which is, it's really like, man.
Well, that might not be good for sound. How was the sound?
No, it's great.
Was it?
It was thumping really hard.
Wow.
I think they probably have more concerts there now since Warehouse Live took over. And I believe that the OG Warehouse Live, or at least the one that they
Is
have
there
been
anything
in,
still there?
I think it might have to get demolished on account of the new road going through there.
Oh, really?
Everything on St. Emmanuel, I'm pretty sure they had to shut down. And
But that's like a
get
good
out.
block away from the edge of the road, isn't it?
You're right, but they're digging into because they're going to widen it as well. And they have this. There's a couple plans that you can look at online, probably on Chronicle as well. But yeah, the fashion show was so well attended. The rain didn't scare anyone away. It rained for like a hot minute, really, really hard. Of course, right when the event tried to start.
Oh, really? Because I
Downtown
got
it
the
did.
rain. Oh, okay. Because I got the rain like at 6. Were you already there at 6?
Oh, no, I got
yeah.
it way earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
We
did I.
actually we didn't start the show until about 7:30, so it must have been about 7 o'clock that it really started coming down. And it has this really neat roof on Rise Rooftop. Or, no, I'm sorry, Warehouse Live, and you can. It's like some kind of corrugated roof, and so I was like, "Oh my God, what is that cool sound?" It was the rain on the roof.
hitting
Yeah,
that metal roof. Yeah.
I love that.
so neat. So if you get a chance to go to the new Warehouse Live Midtown, it's a really cool venue. And thank you to Pride for letting me host that. Please let me do it again, because I got to pick out my own outfit for the Kaleidoscope theme, and I went with these Shein pink pants, and then
Shein.
my buddy from Virginia, from my mom's lake house neighborhood, he was getting rid of his whole closet. I was like, oh my God, you have the most fun clothes. Send me something for this.
That's
Pick it
fun.
out and just send it. And he sure enough did. So it worked out really well. So Pride, yay. Ahmad's hosting the parade this weekend, by the way.
And what is the, what time do the festivities kick off this weekend?
So first of all, there's the girl party, Eden, back at Warehouse Live Midtown on Friday night. Then Saturday around noon, the festival will kick off with DJs and entertainment with K. Michelle and David Archuleta and a couple other talent.
And
And
back singing.
yeah, K. Michelle, David Archuleta, yeah, and K. Michelle has some country songs too that she's going to be doing there towards the end of her set.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I believe that the parade steps off around 7 p.m. And they have also added some entertainment to the parade stage. I don't know if Ahmad knows this, but he's going to be bringing on some bands as well. So he's going to have a really busy day. I'm so excited that he is taking the reins
That's
on the
gonna be
parade after
so fun.
Sam and I did it last year.
And you know what? He'll have that memory for life.
Yes.
I mean, knowing that, he was the MC.
Yeah.
That's going to be
And
so cool.
It's wild. So it looks like it's going to be a good hot weekend.
Now, in
God,
honor of
that's
Pride, I
huge.
did a little research here. Did you know, right here in our state of Texas, the number of same-sex households in Texas has increased dramatically since the Supreme Court legalized same-sex marriage, and that was 9 years ago. So the latest census report was 107,252 same-sex couples live in our state
Is
in
that
Texas.
only because they're actually counting it now?
Right. Well, also,
Yeah, they were-
they
But
probably
listen to
weren't
this.
counting. And also, people after that ruling became more comfortable with coming out and putting it on paper because not everyone wants to put down, oh, yes, I'm an LGBTQ household, because unfortunately, there are political powers out there that are against us and will come for us once the opportunity is given.
Well, here's what's interesting. Of that 107,000 people, 54.2% are married. So the number of people actually getting married has just dramatically increased in the last few years.
I was one of them.
Because now that you can.
Waited 20-some years, but I finally made it across.
It was worth the wait, though.
Yes.
Today on the Roula and Ryan Show, we've got, we're T-minus 1 day away from our big event with Wallows at the Rustic Downtown. So, that's where the Rustic Downtown. See how I'm sleep deprived? I almost forgot I said it wrong.
Cool venue.
8 o'clock today is your first chance of the day to score those tickets. 11 o'clock then with Sam, and then 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 7 o'clock.
Did you know how they got their name Wallows? It was like a skateboard park in Hawaii.
I had heard that.
That's Wallows.
And
yeah,
are
it's not
they-
like I'm wallowing in self-pity or
Right.
something.
Are they Hawaiian?
No.
No,
Okay, they just are fans of
that skate park. Maybe one
Yeah.
of them
Okay.
skated
They
there
just
all
thought
the
it
time.
was a cool name.
Anybody
Yeah.
there? Any of the Wallows members grow up in Hawaii that we know of? I don't know that much.
I haven't deep dived.
Me neither. But
If
whatever.
we need to,
That's why
we
it's called
can and
that.
scoop.
Yeah. And actually, we always say the rise of the machines, AI, and all the bad it's going to bring versus the good it's going to bring. There is something that's happening at the Olympics in Paris coming up. That's AI. And, you would think that longtime reporters, sportscasters, commentators would be like, well, you can't use my voice like that and you can't duplicate me like that. But there is a legend who's like, yeah, go ahead. Robot me. Put me in there forever. For the Olympics, it's going to be different this time. Let's go over that and scoop. Here's your official weather for today.
Okay, early part of the day, we'll see some sunshine. It's going to be hot, high 90s, but we might get another one of those big thunderstorms around 4 this afternoon.
I really do like the way it smelled after it rained
Oh,
yesterday.
yeah, that especially if you're near grass.
Smells good.
I didn't notice because my Allstate was finally out to inspect my house from the storm that happened a month ago.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
So, and we still don't have answers. So I'm real happy.
Answers about who pays for what?
Yes.
Oh, man. that's
Yes.
rough.
So when it was raining yesterday, I was really jazzed because they needed to go back up on my roof. This is
Oh,
the
man.
4th time that they've come out. So please, no more rain. Right
Isn't
now.
it always frustrating how you pay your entire life to insurance companies,
Yes.
but when it comes time for them to actually do their job for you,
I
ooh.
roll.
I know,
Drink
I
my
know.
coffee over here. Sorry, Ryan. I just needed to vent that.
Well,
out.
that's
the
okay.
biggest
Right now, let's see. It is 79 degrees and 6:09 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
I am proud to introduce
Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
KRBE.
So the Olympics are happening in France this year, and summertime in France is busy anyway. Imagine how crazy it's going to be with the Olympics.
Here we are.
And one of the legends of sports broadcasting is Al Michaels. We've known him from football for all these years. Well, he also does. He works with Peacock and NBC for their Olympic coverage. And y'all, he agreed to be AI generated for the Olympics.
What do you mean AI generated? Like his image?
They're copying him.
His
Like
voice?
he's going to give customized Olympic updates to subscribers of Peacock. And it's not him. He has signed over his likeness, his voice, all of it, so it looks like him.
I'm sure he did it for quite a pretty penny.
But I'm saying, like, is this going to start, like, getting us used to, like, oh, is that, well, I don't know, that might be a robot. We're not sure if that's AI or if that's actually the
can't
person.
tell.
And,
You can't
and that's
tell.
where the dangerous blurred line starts now. I feel like this is the marker. Mark my words. This is the marker. We're not going to know from this point on who's the real person and who's not in the next, 10 years.
Tell me about it. I mean,
That's trippy.
there are political ads now, where they're using AI and you can make a candidate look horrible. Like you can actually say I'm I'm Joe Schmo and I'm running for district whatever. You know, like they have people that will put these videos up on social media.
Did you see an ad or something like this?
Oh yeah,
No, there's been a couple ads that have been I guess revealed to be AI generated. So they'll take, like Ryan said, a candidate of your choice, and they will put words in their mouth and make it look like they're actually saying those words,
saying something horrible.
Oh, I think it's called deep fake.
Deep fakes.
Yes,
But I mean, some of the AI.
Deepfake is different than AI generation. Like Al
I
Michaels.
don't think they are.
No.
Deepfake and AI are like that.
Yeah,
is,
you can
that's
see
Okay,
what it
I'm
is.
sorry. I'm saying it wrong. It is the same. What I'm saying is this scenario with Al Michaels, this is his permission to do whatever. And
Right,
the way
he
he's
said
going to
go
do
do it.
this, even though he's never said the words, right? Like what you're saying, this political ad, they never said those words. Al Michaels never actually said these words, but he has agreed to let his AI persona customize whatever you're about. Like, Sam, you like women's soccer,
Yeah.
right? Let's say. So you will get an AI Al Michaels generated Olympics update just for the things that you like to watch.
Oh, that's cool.
If you only want to know about swimming and gymnastics, it's going to be just that. If you only want to know about decathlon, it's going to be just that.
And it'll have his intonation.
It's everything.
And his,
it's everything.
His
it's going to be
cadence.
customized to focus on the sports that you care about, plus viral moments, athlete backstories, and other categories of what you asked for. And he even can address you by name.
Yeah, this is going to be a really slippery slope.
I'm
bet
telling you, this is
lot
the
of people,
marker.
A lot of people in that industry, in entertainment in general, are probably not going to be happy with him. I mean, my daughter, when she was out in L.A., she got out there a year ago, marked the anniversary a year ago, and one of the first things she was approached to do was a series of ads for this company, and they wanted her to sign an agreement where they would create an AI version of her, and she's like, no.
Where's my money?
No, I don't want to do that.
Al Michaels said that when he was approached about this, he was skeptical, but obviously curious. And then he saw a demonstration detailing what they had in mind, and he said, I'm in. Didn't say how much he got paid.
Right.
But this is it. And speaking of the Olympics, Alex Morgan, who has played in 3 Olympics, was left off the roster for this year's Olympic team for the women's soccer. Emma Hayes is the coach, the national team coach, and she said picking 18 players for the roster was not easy. It is a huge privilege and an honor to make the Olympic roster, and there is no denying that it was an extremely competitive process among the players, and there were difficult choices to make, especially considering how hard everyone has worked over the past 10 months. All of that, all you can say is the big elephant in the room is, what about Alex Morgan?
Yes.
Choosing an 18-player roster plus alternates involved many considerations, but I'm excited for the group we've selected. These are great opportunities for us to continue to show the progress we are making. She said it was a tough decision, especially considering Alex's history and record with this team, but I felt that I wanted to go in another direction and selected other players. Alex Morgan posted on X/Twitter, today, I'm disappointed about not having the opportunity to represent our country on the Olympic stage. This will always be a tournament that is close to my heart, and I take immense pride anytime I put on the crest. In less than a month, I look forward to supporting this team.
That's a
She's
very
such
nice,
a classy player.
nice PC way to respond. There's no worse
Absolutely.
words to hear than
Screw them.
Yeah.
no, it's the worst thing. Like, we've decided to go in a different direction.
Yeah. People on the interweb were all aflutter. How can you leave behind one of the nation's greatest players? The disrespect is real.
Yeah, I went down that whole rabbit hole yesterday.
Snubbed.
But they were also saying, she's played, 3 Olympics?
Yeah.
That's how many years? Like, she's getting
Yeah, she's
a little
34.
bit older.
So it's probably maybe like little sprightlier
Oh yeah.
soccer
That's,
players.
yeah. And they
So
have...
that's 4 times 3, so that's 12.
Oh my God,
So
you
yeah,
get a
she's
point.
been playing for a really long time.
Wasn't Alex Morgan the first professional woman's athlete to become a Barbie? Like to be turned into
Oh.
not Barbie, but the Alex Morgan, not Barbie, but like Alex Morgan doll.
Let
I
me
think
look.
she was
Made
the
through
first.
Mattel, through the Barbie brand. Yeah.
Is that right? She was a Barbie brand doll?
Let me check that out.
Barbie
But-
signature Alex Morgan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do make Barbie signatures. They do
That
make.
is incredible.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Because growing up playing soccer, Mia Hamm was my Alex
Mia
Morgan.
Hamm, for sure.
And that was the other thing I read too is, Mia Hamm was my idol. So now the girls that are playing in the Olympics, Alex Morgan was their idol. And so it's kind of one of those things that life happens and you got to kind of move on. But I was very shocked when that came up on my Instagram yesterday.
You're like, what the heck?
Yeah, I was taken back by that. Because now I'm like, who are the big names? I guess
Yeah.
we'll find out.
I'm-
I don't know. I
me
honestly
look at
don't
this
know.
roster, 'cause I
yeah,
don't-
that's what I was going to look up and
Let's see. The roster is
Soccer.
Team USA roster includes forward Crystal Dunn, Trinity Rodman, Jaden Shaw, Sophia Smith. Tell me if any of these are familiar. Mallory Swanson, midfielders Corbin Albert, Sam Coffey, Lindsay Horan,
Yes.
Rose Lavelle. Do you know these names?
Yeah, some of them, but
Katerina Macario.
they're so
Defenders, Emily
young.
Fox, Naomi Girma. There's a lot. Goaltenders, Casey Murphy, Alyssa Nair. The thing about soccer, which, I know our American soccer is not the same as soccer everybody else.
Right.
Where they live and breathe those soccer players' names the way we live and breathe like football players' names, right?
That's true. Yeah, absolutely. I agree
And
with that.
I've watched plenty of great games where I still don't know the name of the player that was doing all the amazing stuff. Mm-hmm. Remember that? I don't even know which year it was where men's soccer was in the, was it in the Olympics or was it in the trials for the World Cup? And I think it was the Olympics. And he had a beard. He was the goalie that had the beard and he just was freaking killing it. Like they kept trying so many times to get past him. I don't know his name. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that was one of the greatest U.S. soccer games I've seen. I don't know his name. I know Landon Donovan. That's what I know.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I think, like you said, it's not super big. I mean, for us, like, people are going to text back and be like, it's massive here, but it depends on who you're hanging out with and what environment you're in, because we could argue that football is super big here.
We don't get into fights in the stadium where people get killed.
I mean, I'm
People
sure.
do get in fights.
Wait.
There's definitely fights.
100% there are fights.
Not like they do over in the UK. I'm sorry. There are riots over
Well,
there.
the fights that happen
Well,
here are
different,
probably the diehard fans of those teams that are playing.
Yes.
And I've been to a few Dynamo games. I've never seen a fight at a Dynamo game, but that's where I've seen. Do they still do this? They still allow you to throw toilet paper rolls and smoke bombs on the field still?
Yeah, it's wild.
I've never
I
seen
don't
anything like it.
understand
Do you know this, Kevin?
that.
No, when I was in Chile, when I was out to sea, I think they won a soccer game, and the street erupted, and everyone got so scared, and we all had to go back to the ship because no one understood what was going on and why they were rioting.
It was a bad writing because they lost.
man.
No.
Oh,
They were
they
rioting
won.
in a good way.
Oh, okay.
But still, it's very scary. Like, oh my God, there's a tank in the street. We got to go.
Oh
Yeah,
my
we don't-
God!
we don't-
yes.
we
I'm
don't
gonna
celebrate
pretty much
soccer wins like
leave
that.
the area
No.
if there's a tank.
Right?
We definitely do not celebrate soccer wins.
This
like
is y'all
that.
happy. I can't tell if they're happy or mad or something like that, but they're losing their minds.
Our texters know a lot. They were saying Rodman is Dennis Rodman's daughter,
Oh, that's
Oh,
right. I
which is
wow.
pretty
forgot.
cool.
She
And
was on
then
that.
the male soccer player we're talking about, Tim Howard, was
Yes.
the goalkeeper.
Yes, thank you,
Also,
texters, for knowing
Can we do the birthday
everything.
shout out so you can stop texting us,
Do
please?
it.
Good morning. Can you give my coworker Brenda from Rosenberg a shout out? Happy
back to work, Brenda.
birthday!
No, you gotta do it.
Happy
You gotta do it like.
Hey, happy birthday.
Come on, Sam.
happy birthday, Brenda. You're 24th. Congratulations.
Every time you
girl.
do that, I don't know why we were watching this. You ever see the movie House Bunny?
Yes, that's where I got it from.
Yeah, where
that's how
she-
she says names.
Has that like crazy voice?
Oh my God. Okay, let me move on to this story because I feel like this story has been hovering for a while, and I did not realize Paris Hilton was part of this story. You remember? Y'all have heard the story of that Utah youth like detention
Oh
facility?
yeah, I watched the special on
What
it.
was it? Is that on Netflix or is that on
It
Prime?
is. I think it's on Netflix. I watched that and it was really disturbing.
Paris Hilton testified before Congress about the abuse children face in the welfare system when they go to that school in Utah. When she was a teenager, she was sent to that school.
Wow.
And she said Paris Hilton, and I quote, recalled being sexually abused and force-fed medications
Oh,
by the
my.
Provo Canyon school staff as a teenager.
God, what was that
That's
called?
what she
Kev?
said while testifying at Capitol Hill about the abuse that the kids experienced there.
That's where they went back and found their own medical records.
Yeah, they go into the abandoned school and it's like the paperwork and stuff was still all laying there on the floor. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's like the staff just walked out and left everything there
Oh, it's
because
gonna drive
So
me
this
nuts.
school
Reading about
is
themselves.
meant to be a place that like is going to scare you straight because
Yeah.
you're a bad behaved kid. And Paris Hilton said that she was 16 years old when she said, quote, I was ripped from my bed and transported to Provo Canyon School in Utah, where it was meant to rehab me for rebellious behavior.
The program. That's what
The
it was called.
program, that's what it was,
called,
yeah.
and it is on Netflix. Yeah, it is a good watch.
The program promised healing, growth, and support, but instead, it did not allow her to speak, move freely, or even look out a window for 2 years.
Whoa.
She was in that for 2 years? She said, I was force fed medications and sexually abused by the staff. I was violently restrained and dragged down hallways. I was stripped naked and thrown into solitary confinement.
Oh my God.
This is crazy.
That
And
is
now
dramatic.
I mean, I really have to hand it to her. We make fun of her a lot, but she went in front of Congress and tried to get this done.
She said she does not place blame on her parents, Rick and Kathy Hilton, for enrolling her in this school because she claimed they were deceived and manipulated to think that they were going to.
I'm sure.
When you watch the documentary,
behave.
Yeah.
that's a common thread there. The parents had no idea what's going on. And what you take from it is, they would shut down and they'd just move to another city.
Oh my God! I don't think I can watch this show.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
So she pointed out how several of the kids that were in this program don't have parents, and she advocates for foster and adopted youth who feel forgotten. Of course, and what did I learn from Tiffany Haddish the first time I saw that Letterman show on Netflix about introducing my next guest? Tiffany Haddish was a foster kid, and she's made it her goal to give suitcases to foster kids because she said that from one day to the next, you did not know when your time was up with the family you were staying with. And in the small windows of time you got to somebody you liked, then in like 2 weeks later, your trash bag's waiting for you.
Jeez.
They would just put all your stuff in a trash bag and move you to the next house. And it was so humiliating. It felt so... You feel so lost because all your things are in a trash bag.
Yeah.
So her goal is to always supply suitcases to children in the foster system so that at least they have their own bag. It's like things like that you don't know until you know. I don't know. Universal Health Services, which owns Provo Canyon School, said that this facility was sold by its previous ownership in August of 2000, and that's why they can't comment on the operations or student experience prior to that time.
Oh, wow.
I roll. That's their cop out.
You watch this documentary, you just are so angry at this organization.
Did you say what platform it's on?
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
It's called The
Kat
Program.
Von D was a former student of this school, the program.
What's so disturbing is how they get the kids. The kids will just be somewhere. Like one of the main stars, Kev, you saw this. Remember how they just showed up?
Snatch them up.
They pulled the door of a minivan open, threw a bag over her head, and just kidnapped her and took her right to this thing. She had no idea what was going on.
That's how Paris Hilton said she.
It's
she was snatched away
ridiculous.
in the night.
And then within this series, the program, they go and find some of the instructors who taught at these facilities did the abusing, and they talk about doing the abusing. Some of them have remorse. Other ones are like, we're just doing what you're supposed to do.
Do you remember there's one woman,
man.
she
That's
confronts her, she
terrifying.
sees her in a restaurant.
Yep. Yeah, she was
It's
working
like,
in the restaurant.
Well, I don't want to give anything away,
She
but
sees who in a restaurant?
She
one of
sees
the
one of her-
instructors,
yeah.
or one of the staff members
alleged
who was.
abuser.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's called The Program on Netflix, and that's what Paris Hilton was part of. Now you know. All right, coming up next, we're going to check in with the listener line. You guys have been really busy with your feedback, whether you're consuming us as we go live or you're listening to us later on podcast. Everybody has an opinion at 713-278-VENT. We'll check in with your calls next on The Roula and Ryan Show.
You have 912 messages.
Ew. Screw you, clown.
You are a know-it-all, know nothing. Really?
Really?
104.1.
The listener line.
All right, that number is 713-278-VENT. I assure you, we go through each and every call.
Do
I
you?
do.
How many mornings does Eric come in here, Ryan? He's like, oh, did you get that call? He goes, oh, I don't have it. I don't have
I
it.
didn't have it
Twan,
yet.
Twan is texting us every day.
yes.
I'm still waiting for you to play my call, Ryan Chase.
Because
I was
Twan
about
leaves
to
too
say.
many calls. I mean, that's the problem. I mean, he's leaving.
So you just said you go through each and every calls, and now you said you got too many
And
calls.
just because
so
I
which one
go
is
through
it?
them all doesn't mean I'm going to air them all. And you think that I'm censoring myself? No, I'll start with a Ryan bashing call.
Good morning, Fire Knockers. Hey, so I was listening to the podcast, and I heard y'all brought Frank Billingsley up on there in the studio, and you had a good time and everything. But I got a bone to pick with Mr. Ryan over there. Why are you going to give Sam and Special K questions like, what color is Big Bird? What color are the Smurfs? And you're going to give Frank Billingsley, your guest, questions like periodic table number, this and that, and who started this show that nobody ever even knows about. Come on, Ryan, you got to be good to your guest, man. Have a good day, Fire Knockers.
I mean, I have gotten
it was
all
an
the hard
accident.
questions at one time or another too. So I believe that Ryan
It
doesn't.
just
point
goes
them
down
to
a
us.
list, you
Yeah.
know. I mean, I'm trying to juggle like 4 different things
Well,
at
it's
the
not
same
about
time.
who it hits. It's about you can still see that you have what color is a Smurf question next to a periodic table question.
Yeah.
Those don't
Yeah.
match.
Right.
I try and give everybody like it rotates. can't be like
For
super,
those that
super
missed that
easy
yesterday,
cheesy.
Frank Billingsley was our guest because his time on KPRC is coming to an end. Tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, is his last live broadcast as the chief meteorologist. Anthony Yanez is taking over for him. It's been 30 years at KPRC, but over 40 years as a meteorologist. And it was a really fun time. He played Rapid Fire Quiz. He made it to the finals.
I think that's the best guest we've had on Rapid
I know,
Fire.
he was
Oh, he
so
did
fun.
really, really
he killed
well.
it.
Girl,
He really
she
was
killed
good.
it.
She killed it.
was good.
He did great.
So if you've called the listener line, you could be the star of this segment. What's next?
Okay, so remember we had a very popular date or ditch call this week where people were really chiming in about she thought that her boyfriend was
Like
saying
dogs?
something basically racist to her because
Oh, okay. I
he
thought it
was
was
giving her directions. Hey, now you got to turn left by the Taco Bell.
No, Jack in the Box.
Or Jack in the Box.
And
Jack
he said,
in the
don't
Box.
eat all the tacos.
Mm-hmm.
And she wanted to know if she was being overly sensitive. Somebody decided to call in and give their 2 cents about that.
I feel like there's context there that is making it that she's not just being overly sensitive. And it's that she mentioned that they were going out into the rural area and she felt like the joke was at her expense. And I think that's her trying to insinuate that her boyfriend doesn't make jokes like this on the regular. He doesn't take jabs at her like people were saying, like just like a friendly ha-ha between like a boyfriend and girlfriend. It sounded more like he made this joke because maybe his friend may be a little racist, which I feel is rude. It could potentially be a red flag if her boyfriend is the type that when he's around the friends, like he'll act like a different person. He should respect his girlfriend. She should have a conversation with him, let him know, like, hey, I don't appreciate you doing this. And depending on his reaction, maybe that'll determine the date or ditch.
I
Okay.
like that.
Yeah. I mean, it is
That was
a
on
possibility.
Tuesday in the 7 o'clock hour. If you want to
Yeah.
listen to that podcast, it's in the 7 o'clock hour of the Tuesday show, The Date or Ditch.
As a person of color, it's always a little weird when people make jokes and you're like, what's that? You know, they're trying to say something with that. You always go through that battle in your mind.
Well, especially in this case, it was such a weird date or ditch because we weren't sure if it was a racist-fueled joke or a weightist fueled joke.
Right. Yeah.
We
No
weren't
matter
sure
what.
which way the offense was going.
Right.
either.
It's inappropriate, and he shouldn't be treating his girlfriend that way. All right, let's move on to. Remember, we did Uber stories, like terrible
People who
experiences
drive for
with
Uber or have been a passenger in an Uber where it just went wrong.
And one of the things that we took from this was, okay, we'll speak to them, but they really do nothing.
yeah, if
do
you
they
have,
ever
if you have
really
a problem with your
fire
Uber
'em?
driver, Uber doesn't really.
Yeah, they don't
There's no
really care.
recourse.
And that was at Tuesday, in the 8 o'clock hour.
So
In case you
apparently-
need- I got
So a
you
lot
guys.
of calls from Tuesday.
We did.
In case you need to
well,
listen
it's
back
'cause
to it.
People
Yeah.
listen to the podcast, but apparently you can get fired from Uber.
My husband used to drive for Uber for 6 years and had a 4.98 star rating. Someone falsely accused him of something which had previously happened before, and they ended up dismissing it. But anyway, something happened, and then they wouldn't let him drive for him anymore, and we still to this day have no idea what it was somebody said. We never had a chance to defend him. We never had a chance to pull the camera footage from our car. Nothing. 6 years, 4.98 stars, would bend over backwards for people, and they would actually call him special requests. Really kind of crappy. Uber's really not what it used to be.
Wow.
Mm,
Didn't
kept
tell you
that kinda-
what-
yeah, that was kind of vague, homegirl.
I'd want to know.
Yeah,
I'd wanna
because
know
he was
what-
accused of something.
Big
and
wanna
then
know
someone
what the
else.
accusation
And it
it's
came back up?
Yeah.
Wow. Huh. I need more details.
And then
Yeah.
they called him for personal requests. So
Like-
they got his number off the app.
Well,
Well,
you can
meaning
get it in
like
the
you
car.
You can request
Yeah,
a
you
particular
can-
driver again.
Oh, you can?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
Can
didn't
you?
realize that.
I don't know. I
I think you
I don't know
can.
if you
I
can.
thought it was always random.
I thought it was random too.
Yeah,
but
whoever's around you.
once you
closest
get in
to
the car and you develop a relationship, you can write down their number and
Right.
just go straight to
But-
them.
Right.
Who does that?
That's kind of.
I mean, I would definitely do that. You know, I'm ready for the next deal. That's what I do in Mexico now.
But girls
I have-
don't do that, Kev,
I have
'cause it's
guys'
too dangerous
numbers.
for us.
Just come
Yeah,
get me.
no.
I'm like, you
And
have
the
a
fact that you just said,
4.98.
hold on, can we go back? You do this in Mexico
Yes.
where everyone thinks, oh my God, don't make yourself a victim. Don't go off the beaten path. Stay in the main lights.
We already
And
know.
you're just like
Kev
going in
drinks the
some
water
random
there.
person's car because it's cheap.
Well, no, I know Israel, and he's really good and cheap, and so I call him every time. It's like, yeah, homie, I'll be there, bro. It's, hell yeah, and it's half the price of everything else, and he is guaranteed to be there, no wait. So get that number from your Uber driver.
He's connected out there. That's why I want to go with him.
That seems so sketchy.
I got it dialed in.
Girls would never do that.
No,
we won't make it out of that car.
Oh, if you met this dude, you would realize that he's harmless. He probably couldn't catch me anyway.
You say harmless, but
it's creepy. I've had too many bad situations.
Then he goes through my suitcase and stiffs my panties. No, thank you, Kev.
Next caller.
All right, let's go
Sorry,
to
was that too
Pearland.
far?
Let's go to
You're just saying what you think is real.
Let's go to Pearland.
Pennies.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
now.
All right, here we go.
I just heard on the radio that Pearland is one of the safest, most affordable places in the country. We have so many people. We full. Go away. Pearland have traffic now. Ugh.
That was a news story
She
earlier.
wants you
this
out of her
week.
neighborhood, y'all.
Like, I can't handle any more people moving in.
I'm still confused
Pearland.
between Old Pearland and New Pearland. I don't know where I am and where that is.
Oh, no, I would have no idea what that is.
I didn't even know there was a thing.
No.
Yes, because my brother moved to Pearland, and I just know the route to his house, but I haven't explored all Pearland. I did go to a Kroger not too far from him because I needed to get some things, and it was like a Buc-ee's. It had clothes in there. It had live, laugh, love type stuff from Hobby Lobby in there.
Yeah, because out in Pearland, they don't have stores. You know, you got to get it all at the Kroger's.
But
Yeah.
there's
That
new.
is not true. No, that
I've
is
even
true.
been to
Yeah, I
Pearland.
think in New Pearland they do,
are you
Kevin. I think I
crazy?
was in Old Pearland. If
where'd you
somebody-
get those Crocs?
Yes,
Kroger.
Somebody text me at
You're
37530.
gonna get
What is this
canceled.
magical
Yeah.
Kroger that's like a Buc-ee's? It's like Crookies. They should call it Crookies.
Well,
why go
anywhere else where I can get it all at the Kroger's?
At the Kroger's. Got all my pots and pans.
Yeah, how
and
can
everything else.
you complain to Special K? At Radio Special K.
Pearland. I got you.
We love you, Pearland. I'm just confused by you.
Conroe, I don't know.
All right, the Rockets selected Kentucky guard Reed Shepherd with the NBA draft's third pick. Shepherd is widely considered the best shooter in his draft class with a touch from the three-point line that ranks among the best to come into the league in years. So it's a good get. Houston completed its second straight sweep Wednesday with the Astros continuing their
7-1.
streak. Yeah, 7
awesome.
games in a row with a 7-1 win over the Rockies.
Now we're back over 500, friends. We're second place behind the Mariners.
Nice.
So, they're getting there.
Yeah.
Bravo, Stros. Let's
So
go.
Jelly Roll drew 73,000 people to Rodeo Houston earlier this year, and now he's coming back for more. He's going to perform November 17th at Toyota Center as part of the Beautifully Broken Tour. Tickets go on sale 10 a.m. July 1st through the venue site. Now, a Verizon presale starts today. It's June 27th. VIP packages feature a backstage tour and group photo, and they're available at VIPnation.com.
I was there that night. His fans span from 1 year old to 75.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
He
loves
reaches a
Jelly
lot
Roll.
of
Have you heard
people.
that song he has, I'm Not Okay?
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
of
really
course. Jelly Roll is great.
I like
And if
Jelly
you ever
Roll.
meet Jelly Roll, he does not want you calling him the full name Jelly Roll.
What's he
just
want?
wants you to call him Jelly.
Jelly.
Oh, okay.
Really?
He thinks it's weird when people call him Jelly Roll. Hey, Jelly Roll. He goes, just
call me
Jelly.
Jelly.
What have I just said?
Jellicle
Excuse me,
cats, Jellicle cats, Jellicle cats.
Mr. Roll?
No, he just wants jelly.
Just jelly? Okay.
Coming up next, Rule and Ryan's Roses. If you have questions in your relationship, you leave it to us to help you find those answers. Let's see if you are dating a cheater or not. That's the goal, to find out if this person lies to you or not on the daily. And we'll do it next on the Rule and Ryan Show.